Hello everybody and welcome to this video. I was into it a little bit earlier. I got busy. I had some job stuff to do, work interviews, and otherwise. But hey, it's still breaking news in regards to at least it was done on the same day. Sometimes I do breaking news videos. Um, Otherwise.
Stevie, what's goody, baby?
Hey, how you doing, bro?
I'm good, man. I was without power for 48 hours and shit. So,
Oh, really? Damn.
yeah, Texas. I'm in Texas. You know what I mean? We had nothing but icy roads.
Oh, that's good.
Everything shut down. You know what I mean? But my power is back on. I'm good.
Sometimes I forget you're in Texas.
Yeah.
I always think you're in New York,
Yes,
but
sir. Yes, sir.
but anyways, yeah, the news in regards to Carson Wentz going to the Indianapolis Colts, second round this year, second round this year, conventional.
Uh-huh.
Second round next year could be turned into a first round. What do you think? Do you think it was where he was supposed to go? Meant to be. Most reports
Um,
saying Indianapolis.
I'm not going to say it was where he was supposed to go or meant to be from that perspective, because I think everything was fine with Carson Wentz when he was in Philadelphia until the injury came, and then the backup quarterback took them to the Super Bowl and won the Super Bowl. That was the Achilles heel right there. Then when he got injured again, that's when the city of Philadelphia, I guess, presented doubt within Carson Wentz and wanted to go with McFoles, right? So while they were rallying for the backup to try to do another miracle and take them to the Super Bowl again and win, I think that really hurt his pride as an NFL starting quarterback. With that situation being said, I feel like it had nothing to do with the coaching. It had nothing to do with nothing. It had everything with Carson Wentz needing a breath of fresh air. He needed to be put in a new setting, a new surrounding, in order for him to feel that bravado again, to feel like he's wanted. And I think for him to go to the Colts was a good move for him. Um, I think he probably could have went to the Rams if he really wanted to. Well, no. I take that back. No, he couldn't have. No, I take that back.
Right.
The Colts, yeah, the Colts, maybe Tennessee. Nah, not Tennessee. I think the Colts is probably the best option because I guess they embraced him with opening arms. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
And I think from my perspective, I think he's good. He's comfortable. He's willing to go somewhere to be the face of a franchise again. And I don't think he could ever capture that feeling again if he would have ever remained in Philadelphia. What say you?
Yeah, no, that's for sure. I mean, I kind of even brought it up to other people talking because I was talking with some of my friends here locally and bring it up and be like,
Mm-hmm.
this happens to you. Think of it this way. You're a quarterback. You're drafted second overall to a franchise, and then twice during two different situations, but twice having other quarterbacks take your spot, take your team.
Mm-hmm.
And franchise quarterbacks, let alone quarterbacks in the NFL, all have egos in whatever variance of levels.
Mm-hmm.
So the ego of a quarterback being this is my team. Well, someone else took over your team, took over your family, and is now the man of the house, so to speak. So and that happening twice to him with Nick Foles and Jalen Hurts, who they drafted in the second round the past year. So
Yeah.
that just getting to a point where he just wasn't having any of it, and probably wanted to be out last year, be good, sort of thing. So
Yeah.
all of that. For me, I see this as the best option for him. As much as he could have, Eagles could have shipped him anywhere, trading
Mm-hmm.
him.
Yeah.
I know he's here in Chicago or Denver as well,
Uh-huh.
but going to Indianapolis, that connection he has with the head coach there, his former offensive coordinator with the Philadelphia Eagles.
Yeah.
So I think that, and
Best
that
fit.
belief, I'm sure the coach said to the owner, to push hard for Carson. I believe in him. I can bring him back to the 2017 Carson Wentz.
Yes.
That can maybe happen. And I wish him luck there in Indianapolis. But yeah, that's me. I think it was best. It was time to go. as much as you could have tried to have a quarterback battle and let it play out on the field that way, Carson pretty much threw up his hands and is done with it.
Yeah.
And you don't want that on your roster. You're already getting a cap hit even with him gone, so it was just best for business for that to do there.
I think they probably paid him too early. But then again, it's hard to really say that because you don't know if you really don't know if he's going to get injured or anything. You don't know. Carson Wentz, when he first started, his career seemed to look so fucking promising. Pardon my French, but he seemed like he was going to be a good franchise quarterback. Leah Parker, I'm okay in Texas, Lee. I'm sorry. I'm good, sweetheart. I'm just out here surviving. My power is back on. My house is warm. It's 70 degrees upstairs and downstairs. I'm chilling, baby. But it seemed like Carson Wentz, to get with that offensive coordinator again, a familiar face, and for him to have a fresh start is basically what he needed to reboot his career. Now, as far as the pieces that the Colts have already, he's going to have to show that he can work with those pieces. And I think they will build the team around him. Because the only thing that happened to Carson Wentz that made him suspect is getting injured repeatedly.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, it's unfortunate, but it is what it is, right? You drafted him, feeling that he was to be the franchise quarterback. Then again, other quarterbacks, like the move, like with the Rams and the Lions, they're moving on from their quarterbacks and switching and, starting anew with the other quarterback. So, all of that is certainly, interesting, and seeing how all the other dominoes will fall in the quarterback carousel as well. I just wanted to let you know, CR21, I just sent you the link in DMs on Twitter, so check that out. You're welcome to join and talk with us.
I want to put this out there, Stevie. Hey, guess what I heard today? And I want to get your assessment if this happens.
Okay, what'd you hear?
Stevie, if Von Miller goes to the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, do they repeat?
Yes, I think they do repeat.
Yes, because Von Miller is a savage. Always has been.
I didn't even hear it all in regards to Von Miller. I've been hearing things of Tampa Bay calling and talking with J.J. Watt.
Whoa. Could that cause a two-peat?
Just think if they're able to make the money work to get them both, and I know they might have the part.
If they got the money to get Von Miller and J.J. Watt, I'm a one-season Buccaneers fan. Fuck it.
but even with getting that, they might have to lose two, maybe both of their two key linebackers, cornerbacks, Levante David and.
Well, they're looking to get paydays anyway.
So it's one of those, you miss out on those two great players that I did enjoy this past season as a Packer fan watching outside, watching the Buccaneers and everything. But yeah, if they're able to get both Von and JJ, even if they have to give up, obviously, give up big playmaking players or contracts or people, you do what you have to, and you go from there.
I think they would be highly successful if they were able to pull that off. If they get Von Miller and even JJ Watt, even if they don't get them both and they just get one or the other, because I feel like JJ Watt still has a lot of ball game in him. He was just injured off and on, but he still can play the sport. I wouldn't mind seeing JJ Watt out there with his brother in Green Bay. I know you wouldn't mind that either, would you? Isn't his brother out there?
No, they're his brothers. Both of his brothers play for Pittsburgh.
Oh yeah, Steelers. Yeah, Steelers. My fault.
His hometown, his home is Wisconsin, but yeah, his brothers are in Pittsburgh.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, CR21. If you're still here, let me know if you were able to get that DM. I did send you the link to be able to join here and talk with us about anything, specifically Carson Wentz and other NFL stuff. I mean, it's gonna be interesting to see the market. Well, not see the market, but figure out and find out and hearing all the whether BS or truth of JJ Watt, of Von Miller, of other key franchise could be franchise pieces for teams and where they could end up. Certainly going to be interesting in that regard. But Carson is going somewhere, so at least we got that finite and going to the Colts. So,
and I think he deserved to go somewhere. I think he deserved it. I mean, he got paid. He has a ring, but I think he deserved to go somewhere to get so he could be the identity of the league, of a team, not for some people to say, yeah, you were the starter of the Philadelphia 76ers, but we all know Foles took him to the Super Bowl and won. You only got a ring because of Foles. Like, he needs somewhere where he could say, this is because of me, Carson Wentz. Know what I mean?
Yeah. Leah here saying that's my state. The Steelers are awful, and I live in Pittsburgh.
The Steelers, Leah, this is what I think. Because I used to be out there in Pennsylvania. I used to be out there in Allentown, East Stroudsburg, and Bethlehem. The Steelers, I think it's time to move on from Big Ben.
I agree.
I think it's time to move on from Big Ben, and I think it's time to get some pieces together so they could get some type of steel curtain back. The essence of the steel curtain. Defense wins championships. I don't think Steelers defense has been the same since Harrison was there. Was it Harrison the Steel at one point?
Yeah.
That's the last time their defense was good, when Harrison was there.
Mm-hmm.
To me, personally.
Right. Harrison, Palomalu, Clark.
Yes.
That's for the defensive fold.
Yes.
They're in Pittsburgh. Now, if they do move on from Ben, which I do think they will, they're just going to try to prolong it as much as they can. But the inevitable will happen. And I would say to at least try to go after some of these other quarterbacks that are going to be on the market, whether it's going to be Dak, if there is any chance for Aaron to be on the market, or anybody. But if they can't get any of those, then in the draft, and get someone there and be able to build another quarterback there in Pittsburgh, because that's usually how they do. They kind of do it the Packer way, the Steeler way of building through the draft and less through free agency, and in that way. So I think for Pittsburgh, I think that would be for me the way I would go for a quarterback is a draft, but at least I would hope they would look at the potential quarterbacks in this big bunch of quarterbacks that'll be available in the NFL.
Yeah. I wouldn't be surprised if they was to move on from Big Ben. But see, if they was to move on from Big Ben, they were supposed to do it at the end of this season. If they want to make a fucking if they want to go for somebody like Deshaun Watson or something.
Right.
Or if they want to go for just somebody that's, I think Deshaun Watson would actually put a spark to the Steelers. I think he would actually give them the spark that Watson to give any team the spark that they need, honestly. All he needs is a number one wide receiver, a good wide receiver, a quality wide receiver, maybe a decent tight end, and Watson is good.
Yeah, I've been hearing two teams was that? The Miami Dolphins and Carolina Panthers are trying to get in the hunt for Deshaun, but we'll just have to see which one in the end lands him, if any team does.
So if the Miami Dolphins do that, what are they going to do with their rookie that everybody was so praising so much?
Exactly. I don't know. Yeah, I know. You're right. They were supposed to tank for Tua.
Yeah.
And they got him without tanking, truly, and now they might be moving on from him. And then if that's the case, if it is the Miami Dolphins that win the Deshaun Watson sweepstakes, then Tua's available for Pittsburgh, other teams, blah, 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 whatever. And that just keeps this carousel going, the craziness. I don't want to equate it to coronavirus because one is serious and real. But I'm just saying, how things spread in that regard. Well, how things spread here with the quarterback carousel. You get one quarterback, you have to jump the other one because I don't think the other one will want to stay as a backup. So for Tua to go then somewhere, and then the questions will be, where's Tua going?
Exactly.
So it'll all be crazy in regards to that. And then we don't want to forget about the big thing, the NFL draft. So we have the NFL draft and the quarterbacks there and how that all affects it. So we got the draft. We got all the other quarterbacks available. Dak Prescott, I don't think he'll be in Dallas. So where is he going to go? All of it.
I don't think he's going to leave Dallas. He needs to, but I don't think he'll leave Dallas. I think there was let me see. Dak getting injured, I think that was a gift and a curse. Him getting injured was a gift and a curse. Because by him not playing, you see how more valuable he was than Ezekiel Elliott. Because everybody, Zeke this, Zeke that, Zeke this, Zeke that. What did Zeke do last season? What did Zeke do the season before that? He was like a 1 or 2 year wonder. Then he want to be at a St. Patrick's Day parade grabbing titties and shit. Then he get in trouble. Come back. He got piercings in his nose. He wearing it. Like, I don't know what's up with these kids nowadays.
Yeah, I don't know, man.
I just don't know. Like, I honestly don't know. And I would think that Zeke, and the crazy part, he's good. He's a good, now, I'm not being New York biased. And you know I'm a Giants fan. I'm not going to say he's better than Barkley. We're not doing that. I'm not going to do that.
We're not going to be crazy today.
Yeah, be crazy. We know Saquon is the new era Barry Sanders. But I'm just saying, Zeke is a decent quarterback, but remember when it was like, yo, Zeke is like the number one. I mean, I'm running back. I apologize. Remember, like, everybody was stuck on Zeke. Everybody was stuck on Zeke. He the best running back in the league. He the best. He the best. He the best. Nobody was talking about Henry back then, was there?
Right. He was there in the shadows.
Nobody was talking about Henry. So when all the focus and the highlight was on the Cowboys and Zeke, and he's the best running back, and with him they could go to the promised land. Zeke and Dak. Let's jump in the Salvation Army kettlebell and let's do all that other fun shit. But we not making it to the Super Bowl. The Dallas Cowboys, y'all are good for one thing: entertainment television. That's it.
Yeah,
that's it.
Certainly, its own circus in Dallas, but it continues with the whole Dak Prescott drama.
Yeah, and I just man, and you know what the problem is? The problem's been the same problem that there's always been. 2 words, 1 name, Jerry Jones. 2 words, 1 name, Jerry Jones.
The unfortunate part of it, yeah, they're in Dallas and everything, and then there's different quarterback situations. I know with the Vegas Raiders, they have Mariota. They may shop on the market, or what are they going to do with their starter car, as well. So all these teams and all these quarterbacks, it's going to be a wild ride in its own way to see where they all go. But like I said, specifically here, with Carson Wentz, the news being him going to Indianapolis.
I'm proud. I'm happy for him too. Wentz, I'm happy for him.
And see how Carson does there, and then Philadelphia moving on from the Wentz era, and Jalen Hurts taking the throne there in Philly.
Well, what offense does Indianapolis run again? They run a West Coast offense, or?
I thought so.
Yeah, I think they do run a West Coast offense because, well, either way, he'll be all right because his offensive coordinator's over there anyway from the Eagles. So, and he was comfortable and familiar with them. So I think they'll be able to. They'll be able to set it up and have plays and schemes that'll be able to coincide with Wentz, and they should be able to do. They should be able to do good. Are they going to be a playoff team instantly? No, maybe not. But we just need to see. I'm more interested in looking at what Stafford's going to do.
Oh, with the Rams, yeah.
I want to see what he does with the Rams. I really do. Because I think with him going over there and the way he could throw that ball, and they got some receivers. Now, oh shit, Stevie, before I gotta say this now. I don't even want to forget. We can't forget to talk about where OBJ's gonna go if he leaves Cleveland. And it looks like Cleveland don't need OBJ. No disrespect. No disrespect, because I love OBJ from the Giant days. But what I'm saying is that if he's if he's on the market, what would be a
I think for him, in regards to a landing spot, and bring this team up again, the defending champion Buccaneers. I mean, with what they did with Antonio Brown and be able to keep him straight and narrow, and him even contributing in the Super Bowl, which as he did, scoring a touchdown and otherwise and catches.
I'll be right back.
Oh, okay, go ahead. At big points in time, and all that, I think maybe Tampa Bay would be a good place for him. Also, Leah and CR21, thank you both for being here. Both are awesome. We hope to have another video with Leah later in the week, later in the year, or later soon. But right now, she said she's dealing with stuff. in regards to concussion protocol. She's in her own concussion protocol. Not to make light of a serious situation, but CR21, I did send the link to you. Let alone have it here in the chat. You're welcome to join in if you want to. While he's doing that, I might check up on my messages. So I'll be right back here. I'll just mute my mic at least. I'll be checking some Instagram, Snapchat, otherwise. Hold on a moment.
Yeah, I'm back. I had a phone call right quick. That was my people's calling me, letting me know. I was trying to see if they had some salt so they could bring so I could salt my driveway. But yeah. But OBJ, what we doing with OBJ? Go ahead and finish that, Stevie.
Oh, I was just saying, bringing up a team already that we talked about before, making the rich be richer. Tampa Bay. And what they did with Antonio Brown, keeping him in check, keeping him in line, him being productive in the Super Bowl as well with touchdowns and catches at key times in the game. I think OBJ, whether they lose Antonio Brown, whether they lose Godwin or something because of it, but OBJ part of that team. We talked about if they got the defensive players, they could be like a super team,
dynasty,
like the NBA Lakers.
Dynasty.
I know the Chiefs were trying to start their own dynasty, but Tampa Bay might have their own if Tom stays for more than 2 years.
Now what if OBJ goes to Kansas City?
Oh, snap! Yeah, Tampa Bay or Kansas City. Then then the whole rest of the league can just stop playing.
Because he doesn't want to go anywhere except for somebody that's a contender. He wants to play for a contender hands down. OBJ don't want to waste his time. I think he's going to come back healthy. I think he's going to come back ready to rock out. And I think that he needs a change of scenery. And there's 2 quarterbacks I want to see OBJ play with. Maybe 3. The first 2, though, off the rip. I want to see OBJ play with Aaron Rodgers. I want to see OBJ play with Tom Brady. Wouldn't be mad at all. But there might be a way OBJ could make his way. Damn. Who else is a quarterback that I said he could connect with OBJ? Tom Brady, Aaron Rodgers. I don't see him going to Carson Wentz. Nah, not to the Colts. And I said Kansas City, but Kansas City might be too far-fetched, even though I think Andy Reid can keep OBJ under control. And I think maybe Pat Mahomes is young, so OBJ, his bravado might try to rub off on Mahomes the wrong way. So they might try to blame him for some shit like that. So he needs to go to where there's a veteran, respected quarterback that can keep him under control.
In mind that might not be a veteran, but has a good team nucleus around him with a wide receiver that just came in the past year. That is certainly a personality.
Who that?
But I think maybe OBJ could work in Buffalo.
Buffalo.
If they can make it work for all the reasons and ways and whatever of the off season, I think Buffalo with Stephon Diggs and OBJ is your 1 and 2.
Ooh, that's nice. That's nice. And we can't sleep on Buffalo because they had a hell of a year.
Oh yeah.
What are we doing with the Ravens against Stevie? I know we talked about this before, but I mean, the recipe or how they're using their quarterback, they're not going to win like that. Everybody say he's Mike Vick 2.0, the new era Mike Vick. Mike Vick don't have a ring neither. And I respect and love Mike Vick. Love Mike Vick fast as hell, fast as lightning. Do what he want on that field, and he could throw it. But he had to learn how to play inside the pocket when he got to Philadelphia. Am I lying?
No. And if Patrick Mahomes wasn't able to make a comeback in the past Super Bowl, he would be 0-2 in Super Bowls.
Yeah.
So, all these, these running mobile quarterbacks are great. Made their team better and all that. They themselves, beyond Patrick, that's why I still believe in the notion of a dynasty already starting in Kansas City. Yeah, they're a team and they're always going to be in the hunt. Okay, that's true in facts, but not a dynasty. First, you got to do it, then I might believe it.
The thing about Kansas City that disappointed me was their defense disappointed me. And their offense, the way they kept dropping balls that Mahomes was putting either in their face mask or in their chest or at the tip of their hands, that disappointed me.
Yeah.
That disappointed me one too many times. I'm not sure if everybody else was paranoid because they were going against Tom Brady. I mean, they beat them already the first time. I didn't like the fact that the pocket collapsed so much around Mahomes, the Super Bowl. The pocket did not protect him. We know he can scramble. We know he can make no-look passes and sidearm throws, but when you have to do it, instead of choosing to see it and naturally do it and flow through it, and they pressure you to do it, it doesn't come out the same. It doesn't work the same.
And I was watching from actually the Tampa Bay Buccaneers official YouTube channel. They were actually NOs in regards to Patrick Mahomes and how they were able to get to him and stop him. That there were some plays where if the defenders weren't able to get off their blocks and get to and pressure Mahomes at all, and then, like you said, chase him, and he had to go wild and crazy, that there were, wide open targets for him in the beginning of routes. Yes. But the fact that Tampa Bay was able to get through that line and then get to him and then pressure him, then he was doing the whole, running for his life thing.
Exactly.
Most of the Super Bowl. But at that start, their offensive line was able to hold for at least 2 full seconds. There could have been some first downs or some plays made at those moments in the Super Bowl, obviously.
Yeah.
So, yeah, it was all about that offensive line and the injuries and all that catching up to them because they played the team they didn't want to play with those injuries, and that's the Tampa Bay defensive line.
Yeah. Because they didn't have those injuries the first game.
No.
Nope. So, I mean, salute to the Buccaneers, though. I mean, no harm, no foul. They won fair and square, and that's what it is. But this upcoming season, there's going to be a lot of surprises. There's going to be a lot of good things, and I love every minute of it. I don't know what my Giants are going to do. I'm not looking for them to do much. I just want Saquon Barkley to get healthy. I want him to get healthy and to come back with a vengeance and show that he's the number 1 running back in the league, or at least top 3.
We talk about free agents, and I know our main thing is quarterbacks, but, New York has a quarterback they believe in. They're New York.
I don't believe in them.
But if they don't go after a quarterback, who do you think should be a free agent that you believe as a Giants fan has a chance to get in the offseason free agency of any position?
I mean, honestly, if we could get Deshaun Watson, I would love to have him wear that New York blue. If we get Deshaun Watson, listen, Stevie, I'll be on your show every week just to say, how about them Giants? Fuck that. How about them Giants with Deshaun Watson, dog? I mean, I promise. If we were to get him, man, because we got receivers. We got the running back. The defense is there. The offensive line is, it could be better. But at the same time, we need a quarterback that has the high IQ. He don't have the IQ yet. He don't have the IQ. He don't. And
he ain't fully there yet, huh?
Nah, not yet. Not yet. I think we threw him in the fire too fast because everybody kept trying to blame Eli for everything. But Eli, I want to say thank you, Eli. Thank you for those 2 Super Bowls. Thank you for being the only team to beat Tom Brady twice in the Super Bowl. And thank you for, bringing that glory, making sure Mike Strahan got a ring. You made sure a lot of people got a ring. LOL at Tiki Barber, you decided to retire and we went and got a ring the next season. So LOL at Tiki Barber. But, it is what it is. But this quarterback thing, I mean, it's looking good. It's looking real good. I can't wait to see if Russell remains a Seahawk or if they put more pieces around Russell Wilson. Russell Wilson might mess around and you might see Russell Wilson in San Francisco. You never know. You might see Deshaun Watson in San Francisco. You never know.
Depending on if Green Bay loses their running backs, you might see Aaron in San Francisco. So
you never know.
You never know.
And that's the best part about the season, and that I look forward to it because once all the pieces are put in place, now let's see how the story goes, how the drama unfolds after it's all said and done. Word.
Yeah, and see how this off season goes. Just want to share one more time here to CR21 if you didn't check yet. If you want, you can join in if you're available. But I know you were asking about it earlier. But anyways, yeah, certainly, it's going to be a fun ride to be part of in regards to the off season to see where these parts go. These moving parts. There might even be surprises that we may not even see, whether quarterbacks or what other positions of players leaving a team, and going somewhere else. And that's all I want for the NFL. I want as much parity as we can get, spread out, than having just 5 teams or 6 teams
exactly
for a championship. Yes, not everybody can get in the playoffs. Not everybody's going to win the Super Bowl. Obviously, that's how it works. But at least there's more talk and a more of a parity with the 32 in the NFL there, because we got the Browns on the up and up. The Bills trying to stay there on the top of the AFC or close to the top of the AFC. The NFC changing and fluctuating. Drew Brees retiring or not. He hasn't officially made a decision yet. There with the Saints.
Yeah.
So Saints maybe looking for somebody in the draft or in this quarterback pack of people. So all these teams, we could have up to 18 to 20 teams. 18 to 20, maybe. You never know. As wild as that sounds.
Yeah.
With new quarterbacks starting the next season. So that's just going to be awesome to me. Then crazy. And I certainly look forward to that, because then you see how that is. He's saying he's joining. Well, glad you were able to find that. So welcome CR21 whenever you are able to hop on. But
I think Denver deserves a quarterback. I think Chicago deserves a quarterback too.
No, well, that's what I mean. I think Denver is, or at least along with all the other teams, on the list up for Deshaun and the other quarterbacks. I'm just trying to think where I would want Dak to go if he's not going to be in Dallas. So finding a home for him. And I know last time we spoke, you were talking about trying to find a home for Cam Newton. So
yeah.
And I was talking about, more than likely, if he's not in New England, he's probably going to have to probably retire. I don't know if any place will sign him to be a starter. They might sign him to be a backup, and then draft someone to be a starter, and have him start the season, maybe, but not be their future because they drafted someone. Like, I think that would be the scenario for Cam if he wants to stay in the NFL.
And see, it's hard for me to envision Cam Newton as a backup because I think he could still play. It's just that Belichick system isn't for Cam. I think they abused Cam because he did something that Brady couldn't do, which was be mobile. And they abused it to the point where it just wasn't a good fit. Belichick's system isn't for everybody. They still didn't have any receivers that I thought, really. Their running game is obsolete. Their running game doesn't exist to me. It really doesn't. So it's like I think Cam should have went to Chicago from the rip, in my opinion. I always felt like Cam should have went to Chicago instead of going to the Patriots. Am I wrong for thinking that?
No, you're not wrong for that at all. Well, for me, in regards to the past offseason and Cam Newton going to New England, instead of going to some other places that I thought may have been more of a fit, there was another team that I had in mind that might have been a better fit for him than Chicago. I just don't remember the situation of the team then. But him going to New England, I guess in the end understood why that was the case. But I think Chicago, as you saying, would have been a good spot for him. And then Chicago at that point would have had a better, I would say, opportunity
Yeah,
to move on from their situation there then, let alone now. So yeah, I think that would have been. And hey, we talking about a place for Cam. Maybe Chicago can be it. Um, moving forward, if it is true that it since he only had a 1 year deal with New England, he's not going to be there next year and be able to move on from there. As a free agent or otherwise. So Chicago, you never know. They're looking for something. So if they don't do the draft, I think Cam would be. And
a
that's
good
another thing.
fit.
We keep talking about the draft. Maybe this quarterback carousel that we've been talking about, which will continue, I think will rev up more after the draft, let alone after the start of the league year next month. I think after the
Hmm.
NFL draft in April, after the dust settles there, and what teams did get a quarterback, and then the quarterbacks that are on the market, seeing what the teams did in the draft, still both sides, and their agents and their people and them themselves and all that
Yeah,
part of it, they're in the trenches of it all. That then from there we'll get fast and furious breaking news stuff about players, joining, moving, trades, all that happening then. Let alone as much as it would be, great to get it now before the draft for us, to consume as fans and sports media and otherwise.
yes,
But either way, it's gonna be interesting for sure to see how that all goes for all teams and all the quarterbacks. I know specifically we're here. I'm dealing with what we might if we might lose both of our running backs, let alone defensive players, Aaron,
hmm,
all stuff for Green Bay. But overall, it's all about the quarterbacks.
hmm.
And it certainly will be draft night and then subsequently thereafter.
Man, I just can't. Is there anybody in the draft that's as far as quarterback that stands out to you?
Not as much as I would want him to. I mean, you have the top names that have been out there. Anyway, Trevor Lawrence went under minor surgery and whatever he did, but Trevor probably will go to Jacksonville.
Hmm.
You have the kid from BYU probably going to the Jets, New York, but it's a crapshoot in regards to really what you're going to do. That's why I would hope most of the franchises needing a quarterback will look first in this crop of quarterbacks that are available and have proven in the NFL before they have to go to even a great prospect and unproven in the draft.
Yeah, I agree. I agree. I just can't, man. Yeah, but with the way the quarterbacks are being shuffled this season, I don't even think it's going to really even be about the quarterbacks coming in this season because nobody really had hype behind them, like Tua and all the rest of them from last year. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
So it's like I'm not really looking forward to like who's coming into the league to make an impact. I'm really looking forward to see who's being moved around the league for that team to make a difference.
Yeah.
Because right now they got to try to dethrone Tom Brady.
Hello and welcome, CR21.
Hey, what up?
CR21. Salute, CR. What's goody?
What's good? Nothing much. Chilling. Just hearing you guys out.
How you feeling about the season coming up? How you feel about these trades? How you feel about Carson Wentz going to the Colts?
Hey, that's pretty good for them.
How do you think? Where do you think would be the best fit in your eye for Deshaun Watson? What team do you think would be a good fit for him?
He needs to come to my Giants.
All right, that's what I'm talking about. New York Giants all day, baby.
There you go. Hey, another battle buddy there for the Giants fan.
Yeah, and that's definitely the thing right now. Deshaun Watson should be able to make moves and go certain places, and I think I wouldn't mind seeing him in Big Blue. Everybody keeps saying the Jets. I never been a Jets fan. I'd rather see
Not
him
the
in New York.
Jets.
Yeah, I'd rather see him a Giant. Just become a Giant. I'm telling you, I'm going to get a jersey day
He
one.
said
ASAP. Did you think that Wentz going to the Colts was a good move?
Yeah, pretty good move.
You know, get a
All
chance to restart his career, get a reboost.
Yeah, to rebuild him.
Hold up. She said, I'm a Chiefs fan. Shout out to the Chiefs. The Chiefs, the Chiefs are decent. I mean, I love the Chiefs. I love Mahomes, but they just not. They defense got to step up. They got to change their defense. If they don't change their defense, it's not going to look good. Their offensive line needs to be stronger too. Their offensive line has to play better.
True.
Hey, CR, what are your thoughts in regards to the other quarterback carousel? Where do you think, other quarterbacks you would predict to land, or is there any name or place that we haven't really brought up yet from your watching us of moves happening?
I think there's another one. I don't really keep up that much.
I mean, so you'd be interested to see where all these land. I mean, the Giants, if they're able to get Deshaun, how much better your Giants will be and be able to take over the NFC East.
Yeah.
And be able to make some moves even in the playoffs. But
as long as we better than the Cowboys, that's all I care about. You know that. I am a Cowboy hater to the day I die.
That's all we need.
As far as the who else? The Eagles. I don't think that the Eagles will be able to do anything that I'm looking forward to. They shouldn't have a better record than the Giants this season. I'm not looking for the Cowboys. They always going to be our competition. The Washington football team, they definitely look decent. What say you?
CR?
Oh, yeah, my bad. What he said?
In regards to the NFC East, how do you see things looking with how things are changing and quarterbacks and the teams? How do you see things being stacked up next season for the NFC East overall?
I definitely see a lot of an improvement, and should be fine.
And of course, if you guys get Deshaun Watson there with the Giants, you guys will be heads-on favorite in regards to getting it. I think the biggest thing is going to be with Dallas and Dak. If Dak comes back there, there'd be a real full. But if Dak doesn't, and however they decide to draft or free agency themselves, it could be a change in the guard. It could be Washington,
yes,
and Giants taking over the division from Philadelphia and Dallas.
As it should, as long
as it's not Dallas, that'll be good.
Right. Yeah, Dallas is his own craziness and his own zoo every year. So, but
now from the reports earlier that I did get a chance to review, we also got who I think there's, as far as the Buccaneers linebackers, the ones that stand out, and they're looking for paydays. Where are they going to go? Because that changes a lot. Defense really wins championships. And if the Buccaneers defense didn't play the way that they did in order to attack Mahomes and the Kansas City Chiefs, it would have never really played out that way. So what are we doing if they don't bring all three of them back, even though we still have J.J. Watt as a free agent and, my boy, Von Miller.
Yeah, only Von Miller. Well, yeah, CR21, what are your thoughts on Tampa Bay and how do you think things might play out, or who do you think the Tampa Bay Buccaneers look this next year?
I definitely see an improvement in them, like an improvement, a little bit more. But I don't know. We'll see what happens with them. Mahomes, you got to do a little better.
Yeah, Mahomes need to fix that offensive line.
Yeah, fortunately.
Oh yeah, for sure. But no, hey, I appreciate you being here. Is there anything else you wanted to bring up or share? While you're here. Bring to the table.
Really?
Okay, just want to make sure to give you the floor. But in regards to overall for Tampa Bay, especially if they're able to that's the interesting part of it all, guys. With Tampa Bay, if you want to get JJ, or they, not we, but they, the Buccaneers, want to get JJ Watt, and even Von Miller, let alone trying to get them both. I mean, if they get that would be crazy. And I know left-handed would be going crazy and happy if that did happen. And however it happened, you have to give up things for that. So, Levante David and the other playmaker on the defense would probably we have to go and leave and sign with new teams. And then the question is, okay, where would be a good fit for Levante David, a good fit for all these other players? As much as we don't want to talk about it, New England could be a good fit for some of them. Especially also if New England's able to get any of the quarterbacks on the market. New England's always in the talk for quarterbacks, whether Deshaun or others, because it is still New England. It still does have one of the best coaches in the NFL. So New England might not be back to a dynasty, but New England might be able to be already back to credibility and relevance in the AFC again. Just after 1 year off. They just want to take a break. Just want to take 1 year break. But as Patriots fans probably would say if that was the case, let someone else be the talk than them. Anyways, but yeah, New England, would be I would say, in regards to the defensive side players from Tampa Bay or any other team that have free agents available, New England is a prime destination just as much as a Denver, Green Bay, or New Orleans. So. But for Tampa Bay themselves to keep those players off, do as much as you can, and keeping your wide receivers, like they have so many people that are free agents, and so many others that we've been talking about here in this very show for 46 minutes of who could come there. OBJ in offense and JJ Watt on defense, and others. But I think overall it's going to be interesting. See how I was saying, has to see how everything goes. Just have to let it play out. Then when it's all done, well, all three of us, maybe with some others, will come back on here for my first show of next season and predicting a lot of different things than predictions past because of all the changes at quarterback. But as I look over here, I'm looking at some of these teams. Let's not forget about the Cincinnati Bengals. Because
yes, I'm glad you mentioned that, Stevie. Not to cut you off, but the Cincinnati Bengals. Oh yeah, I think they will be a Cinderella team next season. What's today's date? Write this down at 4:32 p.m. Central. Harlem Fronto Fresh said the Cincinnati Bengals will be a Cinderella team next season. Trust me on that.
Thursday, February 18th, 2021, 4:33 p.m. Central. Yeah, there we go. Hey, that tells you, about the same because of Cincinnati. Cincinnati could be a destination for people, and with players looking for teams and looking for opportunities. Cincinnati has the money to be able to pay them. More of a cap-friendly place than others. And seeing that how their team was last year when the rookie sensation was able to start, when Joe Burrow was there before he was out for the year. And, finding out and knowing of, his recovery and will be back and all that. It isn't privy to the public right now. But for them to let them as free agents know that to come to Cincinnati. What do you think about that in regards to that CR21 CR on the Cincinnati Bengals and prognostication of how they can be for the next season, whether they get players or not in the offseason?
I think if they get some new players like the ones you guys mentioned or something, I think that would definitely help them out big time. But it should be pretty decent. Like they don't make no changes. This should probably be decent at most.
And let's not also forget about the Atlanta Falcons, where Matt Ryan could be out of nowhere retiring or leaving. So all these teams, all these changes, yeah. So, excuse me. But I'm sorry, I'm just looking over here at my standings board and trying to see if there's any other teams didn't bring up yet in regards to their situation. We were talking about Denver earlier, the Ravens, Pittsburgh, the Rams and the Lions already made their moves at quarterback, and otherwise. But But yeah, I was just might as well show it too. I have this board here, old style board of all the teams, but we got Buccaneers and left-handed like seeing that. But Buccaneers are the champions here. But all the other teams and how they're going to do next year will be interesting in its own right. But again, as we were talking about earlier, parity, and hopefully to get more of that with moves and changes, quarterbacks and otherwise, and on how that all is going to go down and how that's going to work out in the NFL. But we've gone pretty much close to a good hour. So I thank you both for being here, talking football. If there is anything else you do wish to, if you want to bring to the table, you're welcome to bring it to the table here before we go.
Stevie, I always appreciate you. You my homeboy, so we go back. I mean, it's all love. If I'm on your platform or you on my platform, I appreciate you having me come up as usual. Shout out to CR21 for coming up and giving his assessments to a few things going on in the NFL. And I'm just ready to see how everything unfolds. There's still a lot more that's gonna happen. There's gonna be more Packer time with Stevie, and we're gonna definitely talk about these breaking news, whatever goes down. Trust me, we're gonna talk about it. But I just need my Giants to do better, and hopefully we really make the playoffs next season. I want everybody to come back healthy, and Odell Beckham Jr., please find a home. Odell, if you need to come back to New York, come back. I just think we need a better quarterback.
You'd welcome him back to New York?
I would accept OBJ with open arms if he came back.
I don't know if there's any issues with Giants fans with him leaving and everything, and how it all ended.
He got forced out. He didn't want to leave. He got forced out. He didn't want to leave. I know,
but I know I was hearing in regards to a section of Giants fans that were saying good riddance to him.
Nah, I wouldn't say good riddance, because I think OBJ, when he was playing, he just wanted to win. And the reason why he couldn't get the ball the way he needed to get the ball is that we had a weak ass offensive line. With no offensive line, Eli is going to close his eyes and just throw the ball. I know this because I'm a Giants fan my whole life, way back to the Phil Simms, Jeff Hostetler, Lawrence Taylor, Banks, and all them days. You know what I mean? I've been around.
Mm-hmm.
I've been around. So it's like he forced his way out of New York. They got rid of him. If they was to allow him to come back and we could pair having OBJ. Now we got OBJ and Saquon, because Saquon wasn't there. Saquon just got there. But now we got Saquon, an experienced Saquon. We got a top quality receiver in OBJ. And then if we was to get a quarterback like Deshaun Watson, man, we going to the damn playoffs and maybe the Super Bowl. Only thing we got to do is have solid defense, because defense wins championships.
And if you were able to get OBJ back or get Deshaun first, then you might have players like Devontae David and other free agents wanting to go to New York.
Exactly. Maybe imagine if TJ Watt came over to play defense for us, or Von Miller came over to play defense for us, and we got OBJ and goddamn me, Saquon Barkley on the offensive side with Deshaun Watson. You telling me that's not a recipe for a championship? Shit.
And you're able to get JJ Watt, and I do say, I know I keep bringing up his name, but I bring it up for a reason. I think Levante David is the number one defensive offseason acquisition that a team is going to make.
Yeah.
So as much as we talk about JJ Watt, I think Levante David, if the Giants can get both of them or just Levante,
man, difference maker. We just need a better quarterback. I'm gonna always say that until he shows me that he belongs to wear that NY on the side of his helmet. He has to. You got to show me. You can't just show up and do good in the preseason and then everybody, oh, look at him in the preseason. He's doing really great. He's doing great in the preseason. Then it comes to the regular season, you fucking turning the ball over and doing all kinds of other hoopla. I'm not impressed. You didn't do nothing for me. My team didn't make it to the playoffs. What did you do? In our division, we suck. What did you do? Even though the games we were losing were by touchdowns, maybe field goals. We're games we're in, but you don't have the IQ or the experience to take it home. When you're in a close game, you got to be able to close it.
Mm-hmm. Finish it out and get the win, yeah.
So he ain't shown me shit. So we have an open starting quarterback spot at the New York Giants for whatever free agents are out there.
That's all right. Don't worry. I'll clip this out and I'll send it to the Giants on Twitter. We'll see what happens.
Yeah, tag. Hey, tag them and tag me too.
Okay, I will do that in an hour or so.
Yep.
But anyway, also CR21. I just wanted to say I know this doesn't have to do with football, but your avatar there was Sting. I like it. Pretty cool.
Oh yeah, Sting is a legend.
Yeah, Stinger there. But yeah, in regards to trying to want to talk about a legend, you're trying to bring back legendary status to the Giants if you're able to become a contender in the playoffs to a franchise like the Giants.
Yeah.
You know, and all that, being able to make things, and that's the exciting thing. You know, all teams have hope for their team because they are in the running in any percentage way of getting some of these big free agents, and we'll just have to see where it all pans out. Because I know Harlem, and the rest over there is going to be on this show if there is a breaking news. Deshaun to New York for the Giants.
Man, you ain't even gonna have Stevie. I'm gonna call you and say, Stevie, start the show up.
He'll be the
go
opposite.
on my show and do it.
Yeah. Oh yeah, we got to be over on yours too. Yeah, your own platform.
I mean, matter of fact, we'll stream them simultaneously. Now, I'll show you how to do that. I'll show you how to set that up.
Yeah, because I don't know. Yeah, I see people doing it. I'm like, how the heck do you do that? But okay. Mm-hmm. But yeah, we should do that then simultaneously, if I can say that word.
Yes, sir.
For that, if that happens, or if any Giants get big named players, I mean.
Matter of fact, we'll do that for sports shows in general. They can check them on my YouTube channel and your YouTube channel. I'll show you how we can set that up.
Definitely. Yeah, let me know in the DMs how to do that, or call me sometime. Yep. But yeah, CR21. I wanted to at least bring the floor to you again. If there's any last things you want to say or plug your Instagram channel or otherwise, floor is yours.
He on mute right now. CR21 on mute.
CR?
Oh yeah, I'm here. My bad.
If you want, you can promote yourself, put yourself over. Instagram, Twitter, whatever else, how people can find you, and on YouTube.
Oh yeah, check out my Twitter at CR21WWE, all caps. And yeah, my YouTube, The Limitless CR21.
Yeah, so everybody check them out there, The Limitless CR21. And of course, like you said on Twitter, thank you for stopping by, watching, let alone being part of the show. You're always welcome. Just check your DMs or just let me know if you want to be part. Oh, hey, CR21, what are you doing on a Saturday? Because I do have my wrestling prediction show for Elimination Chamber if you want to be part of that.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, so I'll sign your DMs and send you a link on Saturday night. But
matter of fact, I'll tune in for that too. I fucks with the wrestling heavy.
Okay, bro.
I grew up on the wrestling. Come on. Yeah, I mean,
I was one of those dudes that were doing backyard, not like traditional actual backyard wrestling, but with my friend when we were younger, being young and dumb. But anyways, that might send the link both of you because I do that on Saturdays heading to the pay-per-view, which will be Sunday night, WWE Elimination Chamber matches, and a whole bunch of stuff going on there.
Yep.
Roman Reigns and otherwise. So, but in regards to football, the biggest thing for me, like I said, the number one off-season transaction will be who gets Levante David on defense, and then offense will be Deshaun Watson, quarterback. Yep. Yes, there are others. Yes, they're all important, but for me, that's my number one for offense, number one for defense. Again, thank you, CR.
No problem.
No doubt.
Thank you again, CR21 for stopping by. Harlem, as always, welcome to plug yourself, put yourself over, share where people can find you on all social media apps.
Yo, you know me. Holla at your boy Harlem Fresh 125 all day, every day. Even when I'm out of state, I'm in a New York state of mind. No Knockoffs Radio is the YouTube channel. No Knockoffs Radio on Twitter. Harlem Fronto Fresh on Twitter. Harlem Fronto Fresh on Instagram. You can also check out my clothing line, YNV Me Clothing. It's on Instagram, YNV Me Clothing. And No Knockoffs Radio, hip hop, battle rap, and sports. I got exclusive interviews with legends from the past, legends of the present, and legends in the future. Trust me. I interview all kinds of legends, and I got all kinds of shit going. Now, I mean, in my relationship show, The Lingo, every Thursday, today is Thursday, is a lingo day. Now, I mean, he say, she say, relationship talk. I do that too. So, I'm just doing my thing out here. Shout out to everybody that's out here in Texas with me. The weather's getting warm. I hope all y'all power is back on. And shout out to everybody. And if you're going through it, make sure you reach out. And there's a lot of lifelines out there. It's a lot of lifelines out there to help you with your situation as far as losing the electricity.
Good. That's what I was going to say. My thoughts and prayers to everybody there in Texas dealing with the aftermath and effects in regards to their storm and their situation there, power outage for over 24 hours and otherwise. Also, shout out to everybody here in Wisconsin that went through something differently in regards to a wind chill situation we had last week. Heat out, power out in our own backyard here in Wisconsin. Different due to wind chill than to a snowstorm, but still affects you. And hope everybody's safe here in Wisconsin and in Texas. Staying warm, living life, and your relationship lingo show I definitely will be checking out tonight.
Oh yeah,
because I know I enjoyed that. I know I was even part of it once, and part of that. So, anyways, for everybody watching, Leo Parker, the Limitless CR21 that's been here, Nonstop Wrestling Talk podcast, and others that may have stopped by and went through. Thank you all for being here, and for those commenting as well. Hope you guys have a great rest of your day. My next video probably will be tomorrow morning. I'm looking about doing about 10 a.m. Tomorrow morning, reviewing some TV shows, and then moving on, have my wrestling show later in the week. But above all that, hope you all stay safe, take care. Like I just said, above all else, as always, take care.
Peace.